I think people like coming, they like coming to the area just because of the hill country and, tube in the river and go to Concan. They mainly like coming to Circle H though to get a little bit of privacy as well. So you can go do all the river stuff, go to town, go to Uvalde, drive to Fredericksburg. We're close to San Antonio. But they like to be able to be behind a gate as well, so it's all private. You can turn your kids loose, you're not having to chase them down on some kind of resort. It's just more of a family atmosphere. There's also people here on the ranch all the time, so if you have any kind of issues, there's someone here to help you with that.
If you're renting a house maybe down on the river, you have to compete with, you might have a neighbor right next door to you. And so you don't have that out here. You're gonna have complete privacy.
And everybody always says, we always ask the kids, where do you want to go? And the kids say, Circle H Lodge. So that's why they come so often, is the kids like to come here. But a lot of the adults like to as well.
The kids will be barefoot most of the time that they're here. And you'll see them running through the yard, chasing fireflies. I mean, it's just a really cool, they can't do that very much usually in the city. So it's a lot of fun for them. I think first and foremost, I think people like coming here because we're in a beautiful location in the Texas Hill Country. The Frio Canyon Hills are all around us. The Frio River is right down the road from us. Of course, if you want to go tubing, it's really, really close. Leakey is a short drive from us, 10 minutes if you want to go shopping, or there's lots of places to eat. In the other direction, you can 15 minutes get to Concan or Garner State Park. And so there's a lot around us. We're right in the middle of everything. The houses can be rented apart from each other by themselves. So the lodge actually can sleep 16 people, and the guest house sleeps 14 people, and together 30 people can be accommodated. So they can have both houses together if they want to rent them both, or they can do each on their own if they want.
The lodge is a two-story rock house built from rocks out of the creek. It was built in the either late 20s or early 30s. It is central air and heat, but there's also air conditioning units in each room, so in case somebody likes it a little cooler or whatnot.
Really I tell our guests that all they have to do is show up with their food and drink. Both houses are fully stocked with everything that you would need to cook with. And so aside from like foil and Ziploc bags. But other than that, we provide all the pots, pans, utensils, paper towels, toilet tissue, the linens for the beds, the towels, coffee maker, all the appliances that you would expect to find in a house. And so really, aside from bringing the clothes on their back, they don't have to bring much.
And the guest house is a single story, 4-bedroom, 3-bath rock house that was built around the same time frame, but just a little bit later, so maybe mid-30s, out of rocks, out of the creek, same thing. And it's central air and heat and the whole 9 yards. The guest house has a great outside patio.
It's kind of like having a second vacation, or a 2-for-1, because they have the experience of the river, hill country experience, but then they also get almost like a little private safari when they come here. They have the ability, just driving from the gate back to the lodge area, to see all the different wildlife that we have, both native and exotics. And so they might see zebra and wildebeest and red deer and axis and all different kinds of species just driving back from the front gate to the lodge. So that's pretty cool.
The swimming hole is amazing. I like to call it a swimming hole. Most people call it a spring-fed pool, you know, but it's got steps that lead in and out of it, so, you know, older people or younger people can get in and out of it easily. There's kind of a sunken patio area with concrete and stone tables that come out of it that take umbrellas.
It's such a unique pool in that it's spring-fed, it's rock bottom, there's no chemical in it whatsoever. It's really nice because even in drought situations, which we've had, you know, in the recent past, we never lost our water level. And so, you know, the river was down, but we still had water, which was amazing. So blessed for that. You know, people that return to us, like 75% of our clientele are return people. They'll tell us, I'm like, are you going to the river? And they're like, no, we're just gonna stay here. We know what's good, we're gonna hang out here.
There is some shaded areas there and some chairs to use. There's hammock areas, there's washer pits, horseshoe pits, places just to watch the kids swim, do the rope swing. Yep, we've got floats down there. You know, it's everything you would imagine and probably a little bit more at the swimming hole for families, and we've had 20 or 30 people down there at a time, and it doesn't seem crowded at all.
So the hiking here at Circle H is amazing. You don't have to venture out other places to go hiking. Like I said, we're surrounded by the hills, and so we have both trails that are groomed or manned so that you can see, you know, where you're going. So for the novice hiker, that might be a good option so they don't get lost. But then also we encourage our guests to, they can go off trail if they want to and just explore. So we have lots of our guests that like to just go and have fun, you know, exploring. But you literally could hike for days and not see everything here on the ranch. But if they want to leave the ranch, well then of course they can. I mean, there's places nearby, Garner State Park, Lost Maples. There's lots of hiking in the area.
These hills out here are 800 feet high. And so the two hiking trails, you can actually do them together. So if you hike up the easy one but want to keep going, you can, but then that's a 3-hour hike. And so you need to take water and have good shoes and, you know, just be aware of things, because this is the country. So, you know, in the area, there's a lot to do. But here, mostly everybody's just so content to just sit and relax and talk, and well, the stars at night are amazing. You can see the Milky Way, satellites, whatever, on a clear night.
At nighttime, that's the biggest indicator. Like, you can tell like when somebody's from the city, because they're like, I forgot how many stars there are. I mean, because you just don't see it in the city like you do out here. It's just, it's hard to describe.
Now, sometimes it gets a little crazy in the lodge's private cantina, you know, so after they're looking at stars or roast marshmallows or do whatever, they go to the cantina and turn the music on and all the lights are going and they're having a good time in there. And it's funny to come drive back up to the lodge the next morning and people are kind of dragging or waking up early and you go, what, are you okay? What happened? They say, the cantina. You know, I'm not doing that again. And then the next day it's the same thing. And so I'll drive up and see them like that and go, the cantina? And they're like, oh, you know, so you can kind of do your own thing. You know, you can decide how you want to spend the evening. Some people just like sitting there and having a glass of wine, watching the stars. Other people like to turn up the music and start dancing. So, but that's what makes it so special for me. It's almost, you know, like you're free.